Making money online is one of the most searched terms right now.
Yep.
And in this video, this is actually an interview. This is an unusual interview. My brother, this is Ken Okoroafor. He's the founder of The Humble Penny.
Yep.
You got to check him out. But he's interviewing me, and we are talking all things. We're talking about the 3 key things that is working right now.
Yep.
I'm talking right now. This isn't dated. This is what is trending, what is working, and what you need to focus on.
Yep.
So stick around, watch the entire interview, take copious of notes, and of course, make sure you comment below and let us know which of these 3 things really stuck out to you and what questions do you have for us, because both Ken and I are going to come back in the comments and answer your questions.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell, and so that you will be the first to know whenever we drop a new content, which we do 3 times a week. If you are new to this channel, then make sure you do. Let's get into it, Ken.
Yep, absolutely. Let's dive in. We're having a chat in our house the other day, and I was talking to Pam, and we're talking about another influencer actually, and kind of how much money they're making online, that sort of stuff. And Pam just randomly just said to me, "Oh yeah, but last year my business made more than 6 figures," and she just said it really casually, and I thought, hang on, Pam, just say that again. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get Pam on board, right? Come and speak to our audience, who are people who are interested in side hustles. They want to make some extra money, especially at the moment where people are working from home, right?
Yes.
People are stuck at home.
Yeah.
They've got internet access,
Yes.
but they can't seem to think about reliable ideas for making money. We obviously share a ton of stuff on this channel, but I just wanted Pam to speak to us from her own voice, okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to just introduce yourself, Pam?
Yes.
I picked you up enough, but you can just kind of introduce yourself.
As my brother said, I'm Pam Obasa. I'm the founder of The Lucrative Lady. So some of you ladies, you may have come across my brand, The Lucrative Lady. And I'm incredibly excited to share some of the things. Like my brother said, it was a casual conversation. And it's funny, Ken, when I said that, the crazy thing is I hadn't actually looked at the numbers, or I didn't realize how big of a milestone it was until I said it. Because you said, my brother literally said, this influencer doing amazing. She made more than 6 figures last year. And I just went, so did I.
So casually, right?
Yeah. So that's what it is. So today we just want to lay some cards on the table to really help you guys. Because like my brother said, so many of you are at home, and the crazy thing about running a business online is that you already have the tools. Yeah. This is the crazy thing. You already have the tools. And when you begin to really just grasp what you have in your hands, you're going to kick yourself, because then you'll remember how much money you've been leaving on the table. Which is where I was. As brother and sister, we obviously grew up together. We did our own thing. Ken, has an amazing career. I went into business at a very, very, very early age, but it took a long time for me to actually understand what having a business online means. And it was when I transitioned and I started running The Lucrative Lady, and I did the very things I'm going to be sharing with you. That was when my life changed. Prior to that, I was running a business, but the business wasn't making money. So I say that to say, Ken, that there are so many people who run businesses online, but they're not making as much money as you think they're making. Because in order to actually make money from your expertise, you've got to first understand some of the things that I'm going to be sharing. So,
for lots of these guys, we're going to want them to we're not just have a casual chat about what sort of ideas at the minute are working. Right? Because people are, unsure what to do on the internet. People are stuck at home. What kind of stuff's working? What are you seeing working for you in your own sphere? Talk to us about it in kind of normal English.
Normal
so
English.
So that people can kind of understand what we're talking about, right?
Okay, brilliant. It's crazy you asked what kind of things are working. I actually just produced a resource all about 60 business ideas that you can start right now from the comfort of your own home.
Okay.
But to answer your question, what kind of things can people do right now? The key is on your actual expertise. So there's a lot of time to learn new things, but I think that there's a lot of money to be made in what you already know.
Okay.
So that's where to
Take
begin.
note, guys. What you already know, right? So you're not learning new things.
Yeah, the money is in what you already know.
Right.
Now, I wrote down 3 key things, 3 key areas that you can then, convert what you already know into a money-making idea.
Okay.
So let's talk about it very briefly.
Okay.
So you have your expertise. Your expertise could be in your career.
Yep.
When I teach about this, I talk about, what do you already know? What is your career? What is your expertise? What do people ask you advice about all the time?
Yep.
It might not be something that you went to school for. It might not be something that you have a qualification for, but you know this thing like the back of your hand, and people are always asking you for your advice, asking you, how do I do this? How do I make dishes just like you? Or, how are you able to, you're not even scared of driving on motorways and driving across the country. Oh, you travel so much. Oh, what, you've been to 20 countries? How are you able to find cheap flights, cheap hotel, travel with your family? All of these things that we take for granted, they're the things that you've got to begin
that's interesting.
to monetize.
Okay, so let's say, for example, the guys watching now, let's say people have their normal jobs, they've got their careers. How does someone take the stuff they know already and start to think about, like, practically taking that to the next level of potentially monetizing it?
Okay, brilliant.
And making some money.
Brilliant. So the first step is write down a list of what is possible.
Right.
So start with who you are, what you already do, what your experience is, your qualifications, all of that. Write that down as a practical list.
Yep.
Then you want to whittle that list down to 3 areas. Right,
Okay.
3 key areas, and I like to think of them as 3 key areas that really excite you.
Okay.
Number 1, but the most important thing is 3 areas that you think solve a problem for somebody else.
Okay.
Now this is where the money is. The money is in the problem. That's the key. The money is in the problem. The money is in the pain. Now, once you've whittled it down, and actually, I'm able to do A, B, and C, and there is a demand. That is what you're looking for. Now, how do you know that there's a demand? You have to go and find out, what are people talking about this? So great places to go are Facebook communities, Facebook groups.
Yeah.
People are always asking questions. Check on Quora, check on YouTube. What are people searching? The moment you start to type something in on YouTube, if you type in, keywords. Particular keywords. You get lots of suggestions. Then these are things that people are searching for. These are things that they are looking for. If people are looking for it, that is a good sign. One of the things that I want you all to stay away from is, don't try to be the first of something, right? Don't try and be the first person who's done it. You want to be in an industry where other people are doing it and are making money already.
So there's a proven marketplace.
Correct. It's a proven marketplace for that particular thing. That's right. So that is the first step.
So they've written down these various things you've mentioned. They've got, I'm thinking very practically. Imagine someone sitting at home and they've got access to the internet. Right? So they've written down what's possible. So what you're saying then is spend some time.
Yes.
Doing some research.
That's right.
Kind of see, what people are saying.
Yes, absolutely. You can even send out a survey to people, right?
Yep.
Send out a survey to your close network. If you're part of Facebook group community, send out a survey to them. In fact, I remember you did that.
Yeah,
When we started the Humble Penny.
I did a big survey for
That's
the Humble
right,
Penny.
yeah.
I sent on WhatsApp, I sent it to everybody.
You did.
All our friends, our families.
That's
I posted on Facebook.
That's right. Because, Ken, what a lot of people don't like to do is the grunt work.
Yeah.
They don't want to do research. They want to go from idea to profit and think that the line goes this way. The line doesn't go that way. The line is actually this way. Right, so it's boring work, but you've got to do it because that's what gives you the confidence to move forward.
Right, so stick with us, guys. We're going to talk about specific ideas that are working right now.
That's
right.
So
what we're doing right now, just a bit of context, is we're just laying the foundations for kind of how you have to start to think about making money online. Okay, so the thought process, and then we're going to go into specifics, things that Pam can suggest to us that you might be able to, consider yourself as a side hustle, business idea, that sort of stuff. to make some extra money. Okay,
brilliant.
So someone's done done some research, and let's say they've gone into a Facebook community,
yes,
and they can see that people are talking about a particular problem, or a particular issue. What then happens? Like, how do they go from spotting that particular thing to potentially, turning this into something that might make them some money? Like,
Definitely.
It sounds like there's quite a few steps in between there.
There are quite a few steps in between that, but I want to just break it down and simplify it for you. Now, what a lot of people do is they think, okay, now I'm going to turn it into a business, and that's what I want you to stay away from.
Right.
The step to think is, I need to productize this idea. I want to create a product out of this. Right? A lot of people take such a long time to get to that stage, but I actually want you to start at that stage. Think product. So problem, solution, product. So you want to turn that solution into a product for that problem. And prior to this interview, Ken and I were talking, and he was asking me, Pam, what is working now? What is working now are low ticket products. What does that mean?
Okay.
It means a digital product that isn't very expensive. In fact, it's so low in price that it's a no-brainer. Right? That is what a low ticket product is. This is the very first product that you want to think about creating.
When you say low ticket, what sort of amount are we talking about here?
Brilliant.
Give us an example.
So, really good example. You're not going to think anything of it, but I promise you there is a method to this that it does work well. But anything between £9 and £37.
Right.
Low ticket.
Okay.
Right? So, and the reason it's low ticket is because it's a no-brainer. You want people to go, oh yeah, I'll just get it.
Yeah, I just pay for it.
Yeah,
right?
I'll just pay for it.
Yeah.
So just imagine if something was £30 for the sake of maths. Let's make it a rounded number, Ken. So it's £30 on 1,000 people buy it. How much do you make?
£30,000.
There you go.
A lot of money.
There you go. There you go. That's somebody's yearly.
Yearly income. So you're essentially, what you're talking about here is the idea of taking something that's low price.
That's right.
But you are then banking on high sales,
correct,
high volume, that sort of stuff.
Correct.
And what makes this possible is obviously the internet. The internet makes this.
My God.
So just taking a step back. So imagine some of these guys watching don't have an audience.
Yes.
They don't have, the stuff that you and I might take for granted. Maybe, I don't know, followers and like fans or what have you. People who, an email list, for example. How does someone go from, just learning about this idea of creating a low ticket offer to potentially even making one sale? Let's make it just one sale, not even like 1,000.
Yeah.
Just one. So how do they go from idea, they've kind of figured out, okay, I've got these skill sets, I found a potential marketplace or Facebook. How do they go from this, our chat, to potentially making one sale?
To making money.
Right, what needs to happen?
Yeah, what needs to happen? You need to build an audience, right? And that goes without saying. You need to build some sort of audience. Now, the question really should be, what is the quickest and easiest way, pain-free way to build an audience? Now, there are two ways of doing it. You, of course, know that you can build it organically, which means what we are doing right now.
Yeah, what we're doing now. YouTube, blogs.
That's it. Facebook posts, all of that organically. You could also run paid ads.
Yep.
Now, if you are watching and you're thinking paid ads, could be an option, it really is. Paid ads is the quickest way to go literally from 0 to, let's say 100 or whatever in a matter of days.
Right,
it's the quickest way.
Let's take a step back. When you say paid ads, like, remember these guys watching might not understand what you're talking about. So
okay, let me break
what does that
down.
mean? Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So by paid ads, I'm talking specifically about Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So Facebook and Instagram is owned by the same company, right? So you can run Facebook and Instagram ads at the same time. You also have YouTube ads, but let's leave YouTube for now in terms of ads. It's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
But Facebook ads, and let me tell you something, guys. With Facebook ads, you can actually start with £5 a day.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how crazy it is. £5 a day. With and I'm going to share a case study with you guys in a moment, just so you know what's possible. But with my own business, we started with £8 a day. I don't think I've ever shared that with you.
Yeah.
£8 a day.
Okay.
And within 48 hours, we were able to see our first sale, which showed me that people wanted this product. So Yeah.
So that's interesting. So how does Facebook ads actually... So is Facebook ads designed for you to target a specific type of person?
Okay.
Like, kind of give us an idea. Like, is there... Just break that down a little bit, just so people can understand.
This is it, and this is why it really excites me. The reason it excites me, Ken, is because you would know, but they wouldn't know. But I used to be so scared of Facebook ads. Yeah. The dashboard is scary. Everything about it was so scary. But you got to get over the fear. The most incredible thing about Facebook itself is that it is one of the biggest platforms that has the most amount of people on it. Mm-hmm. I'm talking billions of people. Yep. Now, the great thing about Facebook, let's look at organic and paid ads. When you have organic ads, so we're recording these videos, we're creating posts. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can use hashtags. Yes, you can use keywords. Yes, you can use some SEO, etc. But you can't specifically say, YouTube or Facebook, can you show my content
to this specific person? Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. Yeah. I know what you mean.
You can't say that. Yeah. But with Facebook ads, you can. Yeah. So with Facebook ads, let's imagine that. Give me, let's say, a hairdresser. Yeah? Something simple.
Okay.
Let's imagine you're a hairdresser. With Facebook ads, you can literally say to Facebook, show my ads only to people who are a certain gender, so only to women, only to women who have children, only to women who are married, only to women who are on Facebook, only to women who are of a certain age, so between 30 and whatever age you choose. You can even target by race.
And by location. You might even say only in London. That's what I was going to.
Yeah. Only by location. Yeah. So you can literally say, I want to target in this specific area because you know, you've done your research like we talked about. So you know your ideal clients, this is where they hang out. So it makes no sense for you to tell Facebook to show your ads to everywhere. Because when it comes to marketing, if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. So this is the beauty of Facebook advertising, where you can literally target whomever you want. Your only limitation is your imagination. I tell you, this stuff keeps me up at night in terms of, I get so excited and buzzing. When I'm doing my ads, I'm just like,
hang on.
Come on, let's do it.
I saw you put out a text in a family group. I think it was last year where you said you'd done, like, one of your products had done, like, there was some stupid number. Was it like
65,000.
65, was it pounds or dollars? $65,000.
Correct, yeah.
$65,000 in 35 days.
Yeah.
So I heard that, I was like, whoa! But then, because we're busy, like, I'm like, hang on, I need to speak to my sister again and figure out what's going on. Yeah. And so that blew me. And what was, just tell the people, like, what was the product? And
it's what I'm sharing with you right now. Right, it was my low ticket product. This is why I'm telling you.
And how much was it? How much?
So I did a 3-tiered pricing. When I first launched the product, and I have a case study about this. When I first launched the product, I started at $9. We charge in dollars. Let me just explain. This is a UK audience mostly. The reason my business charges in dollars is because we're very global, and I would say a good 70-80% of our market is actually outside of the UK. We have a healthy UK market, but it's easier to charge in dollars. That's that. So we started the product at $9.
$9. Okay.
Yeah. Which you might think is nothing.
And what's the product? Just so people know, what's the exact product?
So it's called 365 Social. It's a social media tool. It's a tool that gives you social media posts, high converting social media posts. Because it came from a problem. The problem was a lot of my clients were coming to me, and I was reading in social media groups and Facebook groups, and people were really struggling with how to create posts for social media. They were spending too much time crafting posts. And when they did, it wasn't getting them any results. And one of the things that I'm very good at is creating good messaging. So posts that get conversions. And so all I did was I took that expertise, just like I'm saying to you. I took that expertise and I sat down and I said, Pam, how can I solve this problem? And I looked at what was out there, and I looked at there were other products out there, right? And I realized that every other social media product out there was giving you some sort of social media calendar. It was telling you when the Queen's birthday was, when St. George's Day was, when Christmas. It was giving you dates that you could Google and find. I didn't feel that this was solving the problem. The problem was specific. The problem is I don't know how to write posts that convert. Right. When I write those posts, nobody's doing anything.
So your product gave people a template or
Correct.
what was it?
So it gave you actual posts that
So you
work.
just basically copy it and paste it.
Yes.
And post it.
Change the name, change facts so that it works for you.
So
Correct.
the people who are doing this are people who are running small businesses, who are looking to attract some customers.
Correct.
Using social media.
Correct.
Right.
But then another group of people emerged, which were people who wanted to run businesses online, so use social media as a business, as a service. So now they had a tool to help them so that they can use that tool to work for their clients and use that tool also to generate clients.
Right. So this worked really well by the sounds of it because it's solving a problem.
Correct.
And it's super low ticket. So it started at $9. So like for me, something's $9. I'm like,
you're gonna get it.
Like that's like a takeaway, man. That's like nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So but then you're thinking, wow, I'm getting a whole year's worth of content ideas. That you can literally copy and paste and just change a few factual things.
That's right.
And then that person is getting a lot of value. I'm stressing this point because this is really telling us a lot about the whole point about money making comes by you actually creating a lot of value. You've actually got to create something that offers a form of a transformation, a solution, someone has to feel that something so tangible. And because this is a digital product, you create it once.
You live off it forever.
So the skill then is in marketing the product.
Yes. The skill is in marketing the product. But before we move on to that, there's another caveat to this for why it worked.
Right.
So earlier I said that I started at $9. So that was a starting point.
Okay.
So I started at $9 in order to verify, would people buy? Remember, I wasn't trying to make money at that point. I was only trying to verify that it would sell.
Product market fit.
That's it.
Yep. Okay.
That's all I was trying to do.
Yep.
And within 24 hours, I think I had, I can't remember, I wrote a case study, but I had under 30 sales within 24 hours. That was enough for me. I increased the price to, I think it was $18 or $19. So I increased it by like around £10 or something. $10 or something. And again, within another 24 hours, another 50 people bought or something. Then I increased the price again to 27. Then it's currently 37 and it's staying there because that's really where I was trying to go, right? But I want to share the thinking behind all of that. One, product market fit. I was trying to make sure that I had buyers and I had a frenzy of buyers. Like I wanted a lot of people to buy, number one. Number two, I wanted to use my first batch of people to make sure that I was getting good feedback. So I needed to hear the voice of my buyers, my clients, my customers, and to see what was working. What do I need to fix before I go large? And at this point, I wasn't running any Facebook ads. I did all of that organically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we say organically, on where does it live organically?
Correct.
What does that mean?
Sure. So I used 3 specific platforms. I used Instagram, I used Facebook, and I used LinkedIn. And I had, at that point, I had a very small email list. Right. Enough to discount an email list.
Okay, but you had a sizable social platform.
I did.
Following.
Yes,
so
I did.
You got like thousands of people following you on Instagram, for example.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they could. So you had some visibility.
I had some visibility. I had a foundation to lift off.
So again, this comes back to building an audience.
Correct. You got to.
And then you're in effect over time. Then serving that audience and then gradually potentially monetizing.
That's right. You've got to sow the seed. Right. You can't just harvest where you haven't sown. If you're going to harvest where you haven't sown, it will cost you a little bit more. That's where Facebook ads comes in. Because you haven't sown any seeds. Facebook is doing the work for you. And so that's the alternative. And that's why earlier when we mentioned, if you don't have an audience and you're thinking, what is the quickest way? Because building an audience, this is not a get rich quick thing. There is no such thing.
Very clear. Very important to make that clear.
There's no such thing. If anybody wants to sell you any of that idea, it's not real. Okay? Yeah. So it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
But I promise you that when you nail it, like you live off this, like my brother said, 65K in 35 days. That was just 35 days.
Yeah.
That means that we have done incredible amounts since then. Just see what I'm trying to say. But like I said, it started with a problem, verifying the problem, creating a product, checking the market fit, and gradually over a few days, then we scaled.
So just to mention, by the way, that's not 65K every month, right? So that was what she's talking about there is the success from a specific product.
Correct.
Over a specific period of time.
Yes.
Okay, so just so we're not kind of misleading anybody. It's very important to be clear about
correct.
that. So it's a success, and obviously parallel to that success,
Yeah.
and before that would have been other things that haven't quite worked out. And you kind of
we'd be here all day.
Yeah, exactly. There are lots of things that haven't worked out.
Yeah.
So it's important to get that balance right.
Absolutely.
When we're hearing these numbers, to have them in perspective. Okay, so we talked about one idea.
Yeah.
Now let's go like boom.
Okay.
Right. So what else is working now? So number one was we talked about low ticket
products.
Low ticket products.
Yeah.
And you're monetizing these. Via an audience that you build up. So there's some lead time for somebody out there to build an audience, to gain some trust.
That's right.
And then to use the machines of Facebook ads and the socials and so on to kind of then start
to get it out.
To get it out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else is working right now, do you think?
Okay, brilliant. So that was only half of the story.
Okay.
365 Social, that specific product was only half of the story, or part of the story. And which leads me to point two, and that is the second thing that is working and will always work. And I promise you, if you can get your head behind this is where your business really changes. And that is a sales system. Right? So the 65K in 35 days wasn't only from 365 Social, right? So let me just break down the funnel. So what I actually did was I didn't just create 365 Social. I started with 365 Social and I created an entire sales system, because here is the truth. Think about IKEA, for example, right? IKEA is a sales system.
Yep.
Right, it's just a physical one. Yeah. Have you noticed that when you walk into IKEA, you can't just walk back out?
Yeah.
You walk in and you've got to go through.
I love that example. Yeah. They literally force you through.
They're forcing you through
all these rooms for you to see all the amazing products they've
That's
got.
right.
Yeah.
You go in to pick up a plant. You walk away with a pillow, bed
a trolley full of stuff.
A trolley full of stuff.
Yeah.
That is a sales system. Right? So this is why it works so beautifully, because you come in on one thing, but you've got to get through the other things in order to get through to the end. So when I actually created 365 Social, I created a series of other products that would complement 365 Social. So think about it as if somebody goes shopping and buys a pair of shoes, what would complement a pair of shoes? Socks, thank you. Or shoe cleaner.
Shoe cleaners,
or
exactly.
Shoe storage.
Or a brush.
Or a brush.
Yep.
You get it?
Yep.
Suite of products.
Okay.
Right? So I created complementary products, and this is how you can monetize it. So you think about that expertise. You create your first low ticket product, and now you think, what is complementary? It's just like you go to McDonald's and they go, would you like fries?
Chips. You want some chips? You want some ketchup? Do you want a drink?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you want some ice cream?
That's it. Do you want a donut?
Yeah.
Do you want a coffee? Right? They're giving you because they're trained to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing in the digital world.
Yes.
So let me break down the numbers of 365 Social just so that you can see how the numbers actually worked.
Yeah.
So Ken, we realized, and it's funny, we've never actually discussed this, but we realized that 365 Social is what's known as the introductory offer. So what we noticed was, because the product was so good, we noticed that 50% of those who bought the first product also bought the second.
Right. That's interesting.
Which is known as a profit maximizer. Some people call it an order bump. Don't worry about the name.
The technicality.
Don't worry
basically,
about
it just means somebody who bought the first one
bought the next one. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Right. So 50%. So imagine 10 people bought the first one, and 5 of those 10 people also bought the second one, which meant that it increased the average cart value. So even though we started day one at $9, we were actually ending the day at the next product was $17.
Right.
So we actually ended 9 plus 17.
So that's interesting. So the cart value was much higher. The basket value was much higher.
Definitely.
Okay.
So when we moved the product to $37, and we moved the second product to $27, and what is that, 64? I believe. So it meant that when they bought those two products, so 50% of everybody who came through was buying both products.
Right. So your goal, really, then, what you're saying to us is, so we and distill the point here, is that what you ultimately want to do with a sales system is to encourage somebody by offering them good value.
Yes.
To purchase more, therefore increasing the average basket size. A bit like on Amazon, when you buy something, you say, oh, other people who bought this
also
bought this.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh yeah, I think I want to buy that as well.
Yeah.
And so in Amazon's eyes, they're getting a much higher average basket value.
Correct.
But you've actually then created a set of systems, get those systems in place and get those things actually doing the heavy lifting for you. That's the whole point of these sales systems.
That's the whole point.
Is that they work for you
Yes.
24/7.
And this is the key.
Right.
When you hear people and they talk about making money in their sleep, and a lot of us just go, oh, what
what are you talking about?
It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable until I experienced it. I remember when it first dawned on me that this was actually happening. I was at the school run, and my phone was in my pocket and it was just buzzing.
Yeah.
It was just buzzing like buzz, stop, buzz.
What's
stop,
going on?
I was just like, it was texting me.
Like PayPal.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was payment notifications, people buying products. And I remember calling my husband and just going, it's working.
Yeah.
Like,
it's happening.
I can't tell you.
So this is very unusual for us. This level of detail, by the way, because normally we go this deep within the academy. So it's good that we're kind of talking about these kind of at this level here now. But we're doing a deep dive. But what Pam's saying now, I can completely identify with that, because even with us, even with what we do with Humble Penny, and I've been very transparent with a lot of you guys about this stuff, is when you create an evergreen funnel. And the reason why that's very important is a good way for anybody over time to make some money each month. What Pamela is saying there is she's basically creating an evergreen funnel on steroids.
Yeah, basically.
Because your systems don't just take you to perform one action.
No.
It's kind of asking you to kind of do this.
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, have you thought about this?
Yeah.
And by the way, if you get this, you get this discount.
That's right.
And that sort of stuff. And over time, it's a series of psychological instructions delivered systematically, basically.
That's right. So there's a third component to this that we did with this actual funnel, right? As we're talking about it, the system. So when people have been through this system, Ken, they're obviously on our email list, as you know, because we've got to deliver the products, all of that. We give them a few days and we take them through another sequence, which we call the Lucrative Lean Launch. We're not selling you anything on this sequence.
Yep.
But what we're doing is we're trying to get you on a call, which leads me to the third component, because we said component number 1, that's working right now, is a low ticket product.
Low ticket.
Component number 2 is a sales system.
Yep.
Component number 3 is some sort of high touch, high ticket product.
High value. So in effect, what's really happening is that people are going up a value ladder.
Correct.
So we're essentially starting off very low.
Yeah.
And then over time, they're going up a value ladder. And then there's a bit of gap
There's
in
a
between.
gap.
There's a gap in
gap.
between. Okay,
Correct.
fine.
There's a gap. Yes. So there is a gap in between, and there's a gap of just me just giving you value, sending you to videos, value. But essentially, what I'm trying to do on that second leg of that race is I'm trying to get you on a call because our product at that high level is quite high, right? It is quite high. We sell that over a consultation on a call. So I have a sales team, etc., who does that along with myself. So what we've noticed, the beauty of this entire system is that we have noticed that people who come through that low ticket product, so they purchase the product. So imagine there are 2 ways of coming into this. One is you come in as just a subscriber. So you just got something free. You didn't put any money down, nothing. The other is you've paid for something. So there are 2 routes, right? We notice, Ken, that people who come through the low ticket, so they purchase something, the conversion rates at the top are stupendously high. Do you see that? Because they had purchased something already.
Okay, so a buyer. So what you're saying there is that someone who's bought something, the probability of them buying again is a lot higher than somebody who's never bought something.
No.
So that's very interesting, actually, when you think about it. Because this probably applies to you in your personal life, in that if you've bought something from a particular store and you like what you've bought, you're more likely to go back there because you've established some kind of trust with that particular counterparty or individual or business. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But essentially what we're saying is we're seeing, you're looking at this analytically on the internet because you're running an online business.
Yeah.
and you're able to see the analytics, the data, you're able to connect those
the dots. That's right. Absolutely. Okay. And so this has been the way that we have built our business. And even though right now at the time of this recording, there's a lot happening in our world.
In the world, there's a ton going on.
Yeah.
Many people are losing their jobs. Yeah. Many people are. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
But we're quite confident. Not in a braggy way, but we're kind of. We're talking about these ideas because these skills have taken time to acquire. These are not things that have happened like all the stuff you're saying has taken the time to acquire in the same way that all the stuff I'm saying has taken lots of time to
acquire. There's been a lot of failures. Like I didn't just hit it, on my first go, right? Yeah. That didn't just happen. And in fact, speaking about sales systems, just to throw in there as a bonus point, one of the key things to really focus on once you have created those products is not the product anymore. It's actually to focus on your conversion, right? It's to focus on that sales page. It's to look at the analytics. To look at the analytics in terms of the data.
What's working?
Yes.
What's not?
What's working? What's not working? Is this video working? Does this headline work? All of those mini tweaks are what increases your conversion. And all you're really trying to do moving forward once you've done it is increase your conversion. Yeah. Because building a sales system, I'm not going to lie to you, it's tough. Yeah. It really is tough. But if you do spend some time, especially now that you're at home.
Yeah, lots of people are at home.
Lots of people are at home. If you do spend some time and you do it, it's not something that you have to keep doing over and over again. Yeah. All you're doing is just looking at, 100 sales today. I wanted 150. Let me go and tweak that headline.
Yeah. So guys, look, we've taken you on a bit of a marathon, and today's a bit of a kind of a mastery level, I think. I know we're trying to break it down, but I tried. The stuff we've covered today, I've got to be honest, it's pretty advanced, and I'm hoping that a lot of you guys we in the comments will go completely nuts, and we'll be asking the questions like, what are you guys talking about? Tell us more.
Yeah.
But let's just summarize quickly, because we've talked about a lot. Yeah. So for anyone who's watching now, what are the 3 things that you're seeing that are working now? In summary, can I go 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, absolutely. So low ticket products, right? So a product that isn't very expensive, very cheap, and it's digital. You create it in one time, you benefit forever. So low ticket product, number 1. Number 2, a sales system, which basically means a suite of products within a system, not a disjointed system, but a system that converts. That's a sales system. And number 3 is a high ticket product. So something at the top end, it's high touch, they're working a little bit closer with you. You are really helping somebody with much bigger transformation. There is transformation at every level, but at that very top, this is the biggest transformation that you could ever possibly give them to their problem. These are the things that
an example of the third one is coaching, for example.
Absolutely.
Offering somebody some coaching.
Masterminds, so one-on-one coaching, group coaching, which I particularly love, intensives. These are the 3 key areas when it comes to that very top end.
And you can deliver that top end offer using technology, like Zoom, Skype,
24 sessions. There are so many things. A lot of people are doing it just on Facebook groups, by the way. There are so many ways. In fact, your only limitation is your imagination on this one. I'll be very honest with you. Absolutely. It's very easy to do.
How important is it to kind of work with other people, like accountability and learning from others? We're big on that point. How important is that? Who are you learning from yourself, for example? What kind of stuff?
My goodness. Well, if we didn't believe in that, we wouldn't be doing this. We're constantly doing this. We're constantly masterminding, learning from each other. But we have other people who we learn from. I learn from a lot of people like Russell Brunson. There's a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, there's a few key people that I really follow, and I'm continually learning. Even though I am, by the grace of God, I'm now very good at what I do, I still continue to learn, continue to brush up, continue to develop myself. So it's so important that you continue to follow this channel, that you continue to find the right people, and that you continue to learn. It's so important that you don't just take information, but you take information with the means to implement. I tell you, this is what... Action. That's right. This is what we do inside the Lucrative Lady. It's all about action. Like, if you're going to learn it, you've got to make a decision in your mind that I'm not just going to learn it, but I'm actually going to do what it says. So as Ken has said, Drop your questions.
We'll jump in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll answer some of those questions. Just kind of get an idea for what sort of questions you guys actually have on the back of this video, because it's a very unusual type of video for our channel, I think, because we've gone fairly deep and we've kind of gone, we've kind of introduced very unusual ideas, very unusual thoughts for you guys. And I hope that you would have kind of distilled the very important points Pam made on this particular video and taken things that we hope you can actually apply into your own life today in order to start to gradually work towards making some extra money online during these very uncertain times.
So guys, as always, you know that everything we have for you on YouTube, we have an in-depth training on inside the Lucrative Business Academy. So if you are a member, don't forget to jump in and take that project. And if you're new to the Lucrative Business Academy and you're wondering what in God's name is it, have a look below and just go ahead and check it out for yourself and see if it's something that you want to be part of. But everything that we have been discussing on this exact training is all in there for you with the exact steps, workbooks, and everything to help you to take action.
Yep.
But before we go, I want you to join me in saying a massive thank you to my amazing brother.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Ken, where can they find you if they want to?
Yeah, so if you want to reach out to me, go on YouTube and type The Humble Penny. Okay, type The Humble Penny, or you can check me out at thehumblepenny.com, where I have a blog that's featured across lots of different media that you can check out for yourself, or on Instagram at The Humble Penny as well.
Brilliant. Make sure you do. Check him out, stalk him, in fact. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been really good to have you. I look forward to seeing your comments. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.